Yeah. So I think we are live. I'll just check. Yes, yeah. So we are live. Good evening, guys. I hope you're doing great. And today we have Ankur Yadav with us. He's currently pursuing his master's as well as his PhD from University of Texas, Dallas. And Ankur, yeah, you tell a bit more about yourself, your previous education, and your past experience.
So, hello everyone. Good morning. Actually, good evening at your place. My name is Ankur Rajendra Yadav, and I am from Navi Mumbai. I completed my undergraduate studies in computer science in the University of Mumbai, specifically in the Saraswati College of Engineering, Kharghar. And it was great time there. I got to learn a lot of new things. Then I took a year gap in between. So it was just like a prepare for GRE to do some freelancing stuff side by side, to do some social work, to have some seminars and like similar kind of thing, career guidance things. And in fall 19, I came to US. So I had admits from around three universities, but I chose UTD for their research work because I was planning to do PhD in some near future. So
Right.
when I came here, so it's been great experience till now. It's been a year here, more than a year actually. And
Yeah.
in fall 20 itself, I got admitted into PhD. So while doing
Hmm.
masters, I applied for PhD. So currently, I'm doing both of my masters and PhD simultaneously. And
Right.
by the next spring, end of the next spring, I will be fully converted to the PhD. So I will finish up my master's courses and all credits for masters.
Right. Right. So Ankur, can you walk us through your application process for your masters for fall 19?
Okay, so like basically, I started after getting graduated from my undergraduate university. So I had a lot of time. So basically, we prepared for GRE and then we shortlisted around 10 to 15 universities. Then with counselors and some seniors and some the people we knew who are in US, we talked with them and I shortlisted 10 universities from them. So according to my GRE and TOEFL score, and then like there are a lot of websites you get. So basically, I used to attend a lot of events, live events.
Right.
So
Right.
there is a QS website. So I think they host a
Yes.
lot of
Yes.
events. A lot of universities come there. You get to talk
Hmm.
with university representatives directly from United States and
Hmm.
several different countries. So I think that
Hmm.
was really one big thing. So actually, we didn't shortlist a lot of universities from those events, but those
Hmm.
events gave us an aspect how to look into university, how to get good points, like what positive points you should look into university according to your interest. So
Hmm.
by talking with them, then again there were a lot of online seminars, webinars they were going on. So you just
Hmm.
attend. They will tell you what are the scholarship processes, what are the like admission process, how what major or what major that university has like a lot of scope in. So those things matter a lot. So small details. So it's not always about a big name of the university. It's about the small details that you can get from the university. So we used to shortlist that, and finally I shortlisted 10 universities. And then application process started in around November. So I had like around middle tier universities, not like top tier
Hmm.
universities a lot. I just applied to one or two of them, and
Yeah.
then I got my first admit around like mid of February. And then again, I
Okay.
was waiting till March end. So I got three admits till then. And there were two to three pending, but didn't want to take risk. So I started with the process. And yeah, I got a lot of trouble in getting visa. I gave almost three
Okay.
interviews, to be honest.
Oh.
Actually, you never know what's the reason. It was really nice interviews. Everything was told like specifically. I gave all the
Yes.
answers, but like I don't know. You can say hard luck or something like that. So I literally gave three
Right.
interviews, and after third interview, I got my visa. But thanks to my parents, actually, they were always there. So like a
Hmm.
lot of people
Hmm.
suggested me, now you are not getting visa. Let's try next year or something like that. But my parents
Uh-huh.
were there. They said like, let's give more two three interviews. Let's see what happens.
Right.
They would, if you are eligible, then you will go for sure. So
Hmm.
they were
Hmm.
there,
Hmm.
and then I didn't think about other people who used to say something else. And I gave my third interview, and then I got my like uh, visa just before, like it was 1 month remaining to come here.
Okay.
Then I started
Okay.
preparing to come here. So it was just 1 month for me to do all packaging and
Right.
all. So it was in bit hurry before coming, but it went really smooth.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of people were with me. So It was
Right,
really
right, 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 right. So, can you, can you tell us more about your visa interviews, those three interviews, and that entire journey? Because I guess that would have been very stressful, right?
Yeah, it
So,
was it was very stressful. I mean, I okay, first interview I gave it was on my birthday. So I used to think like it's my birthday and it will be good. It's a good day for me and I will get my visa and it will be like double happiness. But it went
right,
totally opposite. So you can understand how would have like how did I celebrate my
right.
birthday at that time. So yeah, so it was mentally it was so stressful. But like there was no stopping to that. So like I was determined. I had people with me who was supporting me, and
Hmm.
yeah, so getting appointment was big challenge for me. But I was so
Okay.
lucky that I was getting appointment within 15 days again. So usually people
Huh.
don't get.
Huh.
I don't know how did I get
Right.
that. So I used to keep eye like every day, every hour. I used to keep eye on
Hmm.
appointment. So
Hmm.
like I got a second appointment on 7th of June and then third appointment on 17th of June suddenly after like sudden
Okay.
immediately.
Right.
So that was
Right.
good part for me. So I got my visa on 17th of June basically.
That is my birthday.
Oh, that's great.
So, any reason why the first couple of times the visa was rejected? Any idea, or you don't
So
know?
first of all, I chose Hyderabad consulate to go for visa interview. I don't know why did I do that. I was in Bombay, so I could go
Uh-huh.
there, but I went to
Uh-huh.
Hyderabad. So I think that
Right.
was one of the reasons. So like I would suggest to go to your local consulate. It will be better.
Hmm.
Even like
Hmm.
appointments are a bit later, like on the later dates. So like only if it's too much urgent, then only go for like other consulates which are not there. So
Hmm.
which are not near your area. So that was one thing, and another was like might be first time I was not bit clear, like I mumbled a bit while interview. But again, second time I was very clear in my answers. So obviously, if
Hmm.
I'm getting rejected first time, I was really well prepared for second time. But again, there was some issue, and they had some conversation after my interview, after like after
Hmm.
10 minutes, and again they said they cannot select me. So basically, it's really not possible to know exact reason because I even
Okay.
asked them what is, so they really
Hmm.
don't tell. So
Hmm.
it's just sometime you can say hard luck. I don't know. So just be clear. Like while talking, they should see you have a lot of confidence while going, and whatever you are saying, that's true.
Hmm.
And again, your documents. It's not about documents. It's about how you represent them. So whatever they
Hmm.
ask you about financials, about scholarships, about how you are generating the funds, so those things should be really clear. And just to be sure, you should have documents for all of them. Like if you say you have scholarship, you have loan, you have like personal funds, so you have to make sure that you have documents for all of them, because in one of the interviews they asked me for it again.
Right.
When you tell about the admits you have got, yeah, so
Huh.
like out of 15 to 20 people they will ask only one, but that person should have those admits and reject letters with him. So I told about three admits, so she literally asked me for my admit letters in my third interview, last interview when I
Huh.
got selected.
Huh.
So yes,
Right.
it's not like they don't ask for documents, they do ask for documents. It's just about like which person they will ask, you don't know. So you can be that person.
Right.
So which document
Right.
they can
Right.
ask, it can be about financials, it can be about your admit letters, it can be about like scholarship you are saying you have got. So you should be very clear about that. So make sure you are not making up the answers. So that would be like
Right. Right.
really great advice from me my side.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. So we have got one question from the live chat. I'll just pop it
Okay.
over here. Yeah. What was your GRE score?
Okay. So my GRE score was 315.
Awesome. Right. And okay. So there are many parameters to choose a college, right? Ranking, location, class size, research opportunities, scholarships or funding or TA-ship, RA-ship, right? So out of these all aspects, how can a student evaluate which university is good for him or not?
Okay,
Which
so
aspects are
basically
more important than others? Yeah.
it's like it's case to case, it's person to person what he wants. So for some people funding is not a major issue, so ranking matters a lot to them. For some people, getting funding is more important, like getting scholarship or funding. So like
Hmm.
I had admits, like one was George Washington University, one was Northeastern, and one was UTD. So a
Right.
lot of people will prefer Northeastern over UTD.
Hmm.
I would say that.
Hmm.
But again, I was looking for long term. I was going to spend here around 4 to 5 years at least, because I'm going to do
Yeah.
PhD. So basically, I
Yeah.
was planning to do PhD after masters, but I came here and I like came to know that I can do some exams in my master itself, and then I can start PhD earlier. So I did
Hmm.
that. So uh, coming back to the universities, so major points which students look into, so which are scholarships, the funding that you get, the ranking, and the, I would suggest ranking, but specific to your department, not in
Hmm.
general ranking. So whenever you are looking
Hmm.
for university by ranking, I would suggest to go by your department, because
Hmm.
it might happen that some universities are really good in your department rather than in general.
Hmm.
So I have
Hmm.
seen the
Right.
universities who are ranked around 300 in the like specific, like in general, but they have around in like 20, literally in 20 rank in some specific department, which is like not, I'm talking not talking about computer science or IT, but some other department. So you
Huh.
should look department specific ranks as well. They matter really a lot. And scholarship. So almost every university offers a scholarship, but it's
Hmm.
only about, and yeah, and timeline is the most important thing in the US. So
Hmm.
timeline matters a lot. So when you apply is way more important than how you apply or what documents you place. So yes, I missed my deadlines for UTD for
Right.
scholarships, but there was an assurity that UTD provides funding for sure to all PhD students. So
Hmm.
there won't be a PhD
Hmm.
student who will be left without scholarship. If you
Hmm.
get admitted to PhD, you will be scholarship. You will be given scholarship. So in
Hmm.
Northeastern, I was not sure about how like PhD admits and how their like research work is going. So I had
Hmm.
studied a lot about UTD's research work, and a lot of
Hmm.
professor I got connected with before coming here. So I think that
Hmm.
was
Hmm.
one of the positive points for selecting UTD.
Okay. Okay. So on the same line, we have this question from the chat. Did you contact professors before applying, and how did you
Okay.
do it? And yeah.
Okay. For masters, I would say I connected with professor after getting admit from the university. So that
Hmm.
was the thing. And yeah. So before masters, I was not even sure. Before getting admit, I was not even sure from which university I will get admit.
Yeah.
So I don't think there would be any advantage if I don't get admit from the university.
Hmm.
If you are looking for PhD, directly PhD, not masters, then it's really advantageous if you talk with the professors, because there are professors who can give recommendations directly from here for your PhD admissions.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, obviously
Hmm.
we will have LORs from India itself, like back from our
Right.
country, but if you get recommendation or if you show your research to them for PhD,
Hmm.
then it's definitely an upper hand to get an admit into
Hmm.
PhD.
Hmm. 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 Right. Right. Okay. So yeah, just a small question. Since when are you doing your MS plus PhD?
Since when? Okay, so I came to the fall 19 for masters, and in January 20, like in my second semester, spring semester, I applied for PhD for fall 20. So basically, I got enrolled into PhD this semester. So I just started. So like it's currently I'm doing one course for PhD and two for masters. So it's merged up. So I'm doing research work as
Right.
well as my master courses. So I will be able to finish up my master's, complete master credits by next semester, and then
Hmm.
it will be just research, and I can focus completely on my lab work.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So we have a big question by yeah. So what is the present situation in the US, especially for masters? How could be 2020 fall or spring as compared to previous years? Yeah.
Okay,
So
so first,
currently, how is the situation over there? Yeah.
so let's compare the situation in 2021 to the previous year. So it's
Right.
gonna be
Right.
really different, guys. So I won't say impossible, but it's gonna be really tough. So like
Hmm.
I was in the committee of my like department, so we assess the admissions, the new admissions as well. So like according to the analytics, I came to know almost 80% of students have deferred their admission to the next year
Yes.
in
Yeah.
my
That's
university,
right.
in my department only. I'm talking about computer science. So that might be general scenario. At least we can consider 60 to 70% of students, because nobody will prefer to go online, just online from India to study the masters. So that is going to be a big challenge, because now 80% of the admits are already deferred. let's consider
Hmm.
50% of them will for sure come to the same university. Then
Right.
already around 40% of the seats are reserved for the students from fall
Hmm.
18, fall 19, fall 20, sorry.
Hmm.
So that is where the competition comes. But I don't think that should for that reason you should not apply. So that should not be a
Hmm.
reason. You should apply actually. You can go ahead and do apply because you never know what criteria would be there, and every year university thinks in different aspects like what kind of
Hmm.
students they are looking into. So I think you should not stop because of that reason. There will be competition,
Hmm.
and now if you are thinking about going to fall 2022, then the regular
Hmm.
students from fall 2022 will be there. So now competition is never gonna be over,
Right.
and
Right.
you
Right.
should not keep a option of giving up. So basically you have to apply. So
Hmm.
even like pushing your admissions ahead or pushing your application procedure ahead won't help you anyway. So basically go
Hmm.
and apply for it. Go, choose your
Right.
universities. Just I would suggest keep some more options now, because
Hmm.
as the competition is increasing, so keep your ambitious universities, middle tier universities and low tier universities. So just like if you are like you need an admission, you want to get into masters, so you should keep all
Hmm.
tiers universities in your application process so
Right.
that you get some admission. So that should be a priority to getting an admit.
Right. Got it. Got it. Okay. So yeah, this is by Anju Chaudhary. Is it tough to get into PhD without masters?
I won't suggest yeah matlab, it's tougher than the getting into directly into masters, but I won't say,
Right.
because there are a lot of students in my university as well who have come directly from bachelor's to their PhD. So some of
Hmm.
them have experience. I think one of the student is there who is directly come like who has graduated in fall in 2019 in bachelor's and directly come to the PhD to
Hmm.
fall
Hmm.
19 itself in my batch.
Right.
So it's
Right.
not impossible. People do come here. It's just you should have some research background if you are directly coming to the PhD without masters, because even though you come to PhD, you have to do a lot of masters courses, like
Hmm.
if you're not coming from master's background, so you don't have those credits into PhD. So if I am doing
Okay.
masters in US and then doing PhD, then I can transfer my master credit into PhD. So that's how my
Hmm.
PhD will get PhD time period will get compressed. But if you're directly
Hmm.
coming to PhD, you won't save a lot of time. Basically you have to do those basic courses, basic credits you need to take from master courses that students are doing. Otherwise you
Hmm.
won't be able to cope up with the students who are doing the higher level courses, the PhD level courses.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
if you're thinking about saving time by directly coming to the PhD, so that is not how you should think about. And basically, saving time is never an option in PhD. So PhD about giving your time. So
Right.
investing your time. So it's even PhD is not even about money. So you should not think about you
Hmm.
will earn a lot by doing the PhD and not by masters. I think there is not much difference while doing PhD and masters in case of like
Hmm.
earning in future. Even like if
Hmm.
you're spending 5 years here, in 5 years you will earn a lot after doing
Right.
masters job. So those are not the goals for PhD students basically. PhD students like one should have really interest in, because you are putting a lot of efforts. I see like my seniors. I'm just in first year, so I don't know
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
level of stress. But I see my seniors,
Right.
so they are working like 12 hours a day or 10 hours a day regularly, not a weekend. They are
Hmm.
not leaving a weekend, and they are doing research. They are research. They are in the lab. So that's how a PhD is. So not initial phases, but obviously in last 1 or 2 years, it is like that.
Hmm.
So you should not
Hmm.
take it like directly coming to the PhD is really good thing. But again, you have to go through a lot of master's courses and master studies before you actually get into your thesis work or something like that.
Right.
So,
Right.
but it's not impossible. A lot of students do that.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. Right. So the next question is by Tara Reddy, and he's asking, how is campus life and college life in general at University of Texas Dallas?
Okay, so our campus was open till second week of March. So we had a lot of activities, and as I said, we have huge Indian community here. So we have all Indian events. So we had Ganesh Chaturthi last year, Navratri, everything.
Uh huh.
Diwali we
Uh huh.
celebrated. So everything was going smooth, and not even our university. A lot of universities have Indian communities now. I think every
Hmm.
university in US have Indian community now. So they celebrate our event as well as we have like as we have a lot of diversity here. We have people from every country, so there are
Hmm.
other events like from other country people are there, so they celebrate their events, they invite you. So there are home groups which who call us at their place to they like offer us a food and have like party night, something like that. So people are really generous here, I would say that.
Right,
So
right, right.
they are always there to help you, to like be with you. They have a lot of events, and university campus, like you would like it, so you can see online like on YouTube or somewhere. But the
Right.
university campus is so beautiful here, so you would love to be on campus. So
Hmm.
people like to
Hmm.
be on campus. So now, due to this situation, are not getting to go there, but it's really like it's best part of being in US that you spend your time in your campus. So any university, I'm not talking about only UTD. So they have these structures, and the it's so well organized, and you
Hmm.
get to know about their culture, their like way of living, and it's really good actually. So campus is
Right.
really nice, and campus life is awesome. Means you are
Hmm.
coming to live here, so your goal should
And
be doing masters and to live the life here. So that's,
what about the parties on campus?
yeah, they do happen. So they have a lot of pool parties and all. So, but like a lot of American people host pool parties. Although in on-campus
Okay.
housings they have, so they offer a lot of food, free food and all. So we used to go there to
Right.
have pizza and all. So just be careful if you are vegetarian. That's all. Otherwise, it's really good to be here. If you're non-vegetarian, you will
Right.
love their
Hmm.
food a lot. But if you're vegetarian, you
Hmm.
have to be careful. You won't be able to
Okay.
understand, differentiate the food.
Right. Right. Got it. Okay. So yeah, the next question is by Shrutika, and she's asking, please tell us about your journey from engineering days to planning for masters and PhD.
Oh yeah, so engineering days were really good. So like I was kind of chill person. Yeah, like I used to score good, but again I used to do a lot of other activities as well.
Hmm.
So it was kind of 99% it was planned to do masters, and like I was planned like after doing graduation I was going to take 1 year of gap. So that was the time when I
Hmm.
was going to prepare for masters. So I was just planned while doing my undergraduates, I was totally focused on those studies, and because I wanted to get as maximum as possible from those studies.
Right.
And as I was going to put some time for preparing especially for GRE, so I didn't have to
Hmm.
spend like merge those parts in between. But a lot of people directly go to the masters after their graduate studies, so
Hmm.
in final
Hmm.
year they have to focus on both of those things. Actually that's good
Right.
thing, you're not wasting your 1 year, but it's depend from person to person. So it was really good time. My undergraduate professors, a lot of professors were really good, and
Hmm.
they helped me a lot. So there was understanding between professors and us, so they helped me a lot. And there was one more person who used to mentor me.
Hmm.
Like his name was Sachin Chengi. So he was a
Hmm.
businessman, but he has his own consultancy company. But
Right.
again, he like I was not a part of. I was not his like. I was not his customer like student,
Hmm.
but again
Hmm.
he used to mentor me because I used to work for him. So
Right.
a
Right.
lot of people played very important part in my journey. And for applications also I consulted with a lot of senior students, a lot of my parents, like even for location. So it, it matters a lot while choosing the location. So weather matters a lot. US have a very
Hmm.
diverse, so different, like one place you will find like 48 degrees of temperature, and one place you will find minus 30 degree of temperature. So there is big diversity, so you need some guidance from your seniors, from the people who are already staying here. So that's what I got a lot from a lot of people.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the contacts, I had really good contacts, I had a lot of friends. So everyone
Hmm.
helped me
Hmm.
a lot. So that
Right.
was really nice, the journey was really good.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, the next question is, which is better for application cycle, spring or fall, in case of you're willing for MS plus PhD?
Okay, if you're thinking about PhD in future, then it doesn't matter actually,
Okay.
because PhD is long-term investment, long-term time investment. It's gonna take your 4 to 5 years at least if you're doing masters and PhD as well together. So don't think about spring or fall. It will be same. Yeah, but a lot of universities have like lower rate of admissions. Like in last spring, my university had only six PhD admissions.
Mm-hmm.
So in spring
And in
there
fall?
are, in fall I think around 55 to 60.
Oh, okay. Almost 9 to 10 times, right?
Yeah, so that's big difference.
That is huge.
And yeah, it is. But if you are getting admit in spring, then it's well and good, because We basically PhD students' aim is not to get an internship or work for industries, and like in this summer as well, I didn't go for an internship. I was working in a lab with my professor. So there is
Hmm.
a difference between master students and PhD students, and goal are really different. So you have to work on your thesis, you have to work on your research. Whereas master students have total focus on getting internships, getting full-time jobs, and all. So
Hmm.
don't try to align with master students, like yeah, your goals with master students, they are really different. So
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
you should not be in hurry to complete your courses, completing your credits. Take the slow credits, like take the credits one by one, or like heavy courses one by one. Take the light courses with them, because you have to spend a lot of time in doing research about university, about professor, about the field you are going to do work in, because it's really difficult. Because you can't just think that I'm not liking this field and I will change it. It's not that easy. You're
Uh-huh.
spending 1 or 2
Uh-huh.
year in that, and then you cannot think that I would like to change it, or I'm not getting sufficient outcomes from that, or I'm not being able to complete it. So that's a really big decision. What research area you are choosing, what professor you want to go with. So selecting an advisor is really big task here. You can't just go and think, say like, I want to work with this professor. Every professor will test you to your limits, and then only they will let
Hmm.
you be, like they will be your advisor. So it's totally different. So for PhD, it's not spring or fall won't matter. Just apply to the spring intake. Just see historical data about their spring intake as well. If they are too low intakes, then I don't think like wasting your money for applications would be a good choice. Like 5 to 6 applications, 5 to 6 admits are there, then I don't think like
Hmm.
it would be a good option. Look for fall, obviously. Even they have admits in summer as well for PhD. A lot of universities take summer
Okay.
admits. So I think you can go for that choice as well, because very few people apply for summer intakes. That could be a good choice, because people graduate in spring usually, spring,
Hmm.
and the summer semester is in between. So people don't prefer to come in summer. So that could be a good choice. If you have plans for PhD, look for summer applications. Yes, again, a lot of universities don't have summer intake, but
Hmm.
the one which have, if that university aligns in your requirements, then why not?
Sure. Sure. Yeah. So yeah. Is Italian or Mexican countries masters valid for US for PhD?
I exactly don't know about Italian or Mexican countries masters, but I think it should vary from university to university. So it's better to mail the university directly. So it's about transferring your credits. So if
Hmm.
you are in masters in some country and you want to do PhD, then again, if you will come here, you will have to do all master's credits, as I said previously. If you
Hmm.
don't
Hmm.
want to do that, if you think you have sufficient knowledge to bypass those courses and just skip up those credits and get those credits directly to your to your credit history, then I think you should talk with the university directly. A lot of, like, my university, let's consider, they will transfer credits from only UT systems, like University of Texas
Okay.
at Arlington, UT Austin, UT Houston. So it's like that. So every university has different criteria for transferring of credits from masters. So whether it's in the US or outside of US, so it matters a lot. So it's from university
Okay.
to university.
Okay. Right. So over the last few months, the Black Lives Matter protests have made us think about the racism blacks or maybe Asians face in the US, right? So, have you personally or any of your friends faced any kind of racism in US?
No, never. I don't think in Dallas, at least, I don't think you will ever. In Texas, you will never face it. In Texas, you will never
Okay.
face it. So it's, I haven't even heard from my friends or their friends from like other states as well. So for
Hmm.
Indians, I have never seen anything happening like that. For Indians or
Right.
Chinese, I don't think that has happened. Ever. So
Okay.
don't think about this racism part. So I don't think it has never happened to anyone of my in my friend
Okay.
circle.
Maybe Texas is, a place where a lot of Indians and Chinese students study. Other states where a lot of international students are not there. So, have you heard any racism over there, or is it all good?
No, everything is good. Like my friends are in Chicago as well as
Hmm.
Boston and Washington as well. So I have like good communication with them. We have like
Hmm.
general communication as well. So I don't think they have never, like they even
Okay.
like roam a lot in the cities and everywhere,
Hmm.
even in the late
Hmm.
evenings. So I don't think they have faced any kind of issues there. Yeah, so there are
Okay.
small parts like mugging and all, but those things happen without looking into your wrist, like wrist. So that doesn't matter. For doing those things,
That
the like that doesn't matter.
your pocket matters for that
Yeah,
thing.
you're talking about. So just
Okay,
so
so
there
yes.
are some parts of your like there are a lot of websites. One of the best government website is there online. You can go there and
Hmm.
check the crime rate around your area. So I would suggest doing that when you are choosing where to live or like housing options for yourself. So that would be a really good option because
Right,
that
right,
matters a lot. So there are communities where these things happens in the US, like mugging and
right.
all. So people are
Yeah.
there who lose their laptops, their phones, because we always have a laptop and phone with us whenever we are going into the university. So I think you should just
Okay.
check the crime rate in your area. That's it.
Right, right. So I had one off the topic question because I guess it is a bit related. You know, buying guns or weapons are legal in the US, right? So have you seen anyone personally carrying a weapon who is a civilian or
I like
maybe?
if that civilian are having gun, I don't think they will like to show that they do have a gun. But I have never seen that. I have never, like it's legal. Even we go to Walmart and we can see we get like basic guns. We can get there if we are 24-year-old or more than 24 years.
Oh,
Obviously, you get registered with your name. You get like specific
yeah.
number, and you have to keep their records. But again, it's really the law is really strict. You can't just use it, but you can
Hmm.
keep it. So the
Hmm.
law say you can keep it and use it if like extremely self defense in extreme self defense situation. So it's
Okay.
not that easy to get. You can just say that I will go to the shop and buy the gun, but yes, people do carry it.
Right, right. Okay, okay. So we have two questions of the same, topic.
Okay.
Bit about scholarship applications and same bit about scholarship applications.
Okay, so let's first talk about scholarship application and then we will talk about some income that we can get as a student
Sure.
here. So first of all, scholarship application starts really early. So basically, my university has first deadline in February itself for scholarship application, and the second deadline in May. But very few people from those deadlines get the scholarships.
Hmm.
So basically,
Hmm.
I missed those deadlines. I got the
Oh,
scholarship from George Washington University for $15,000 per year for 2 years,
right.
but from UTD I didn't get any scholarship.
Hmm.
If you get the scholarship, you get almost 50% off in your tuitions and all. So that's a huge achievement. But you have to really be early, like, and be specific in your application that you require this and what achievements that makes you think that you are eligible for this scholarship.
Hmm.
So these two
Hmm.
parts are really important. That your necessity and your eligibility. Those things are really
Hmm.
important. And now like I would like to be honest that the scholarships quantity and the amounts will surely go down due to this crisis because a lot of universities are facing financial problems and they are reducing their fundings. A lot of universities not getting their fundings for their PhD applicant, like PhD students, research fundings, research grants and all.
Hmm.
Government fundings
Okay.
are reduced. So these things are going to matter a lot. So I would like to advise that you have to really be specific in your application when you are doing like and before applying, like while you apply for admission, whether or you get or not get admission, just go for scholarships. Apply for scholarship.
Hmm.
Every university has their scholarship pages. They have different kinds of scholarships. So we have $1,000 scholarship, like half fee scholarship, and luckily if you are like lucky enough, then you can get some TA ship or RA ship just by the time of you come here. So all these things matter, but these things should be done in like proper timeline. You just
Okay.
can't do it after coming here, or you think it's just timeline is very important part that will play a role.
Right.
And if
Right.
we talk about passive income after coming here, so like basic thing is on campus jobs.
Hmm.
You can spend your time in technical and non-tech. I like we basically divide on-campus jobs in technical, non-technical jobs. So non-technical
Okay.
jobs are doing work in cafeteria or like on-campus, whatever they have, Subway, McD, Cafe
Hmm.
Coffee Day.
Hmm.
So you can go there, you can work there. They pay really good. Like in Texas, they pay here around $8 to $10 per hour, and you can work for
Hmm.
20 hours a week. And like, if you get like if you have good academic background and you apply on time again, Then you can get
Mm-hmm.
some grader or teaching assistant or a research assistantship. And those are paid in really good way. Like for grader things, they pay around $12 to $14 an hour.
Hmm.
So that is again a good thing. You can work for
Hmm.
20 hours again. So again, as I said, it's affecting the incomes. So usually it
Hmm.
used to be 20 hours a week. Now they have reduced it to 12 hours a week for like
Okay.
grader positions, graders and like other technical positions which used to be on campus. So these things are happening. Like obviously it will vary from university to university, like how much they are reducing. I'm just giving an example of my university.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you should be really careful. Just be on time. Like there, every university has their their own portal for job applications, and there only they
Right.
will put up their on-campus jobs. And
Hmm.
basically, on-campus jobs are first come first serve because they are not
Hmm.
going to see your qualification if you are going to work in cafeteria. What qualification you
Hmm.
need? Do you have any experience?
Hmm.
Nothing. So it's
Right.
all about first come first serve, being on time. So
Hmm.
you should be on time. That's what I would suggest.
Right. Okay. Got it. So, yeah, so 2020 elections are quite close. So, does the change in the government affect the student experience for international students?
Honestly, nothing's gonna affect F1 visa. To be honest,
Oh,
it's gonna be for the same length, and they are. I don't think that would be that easy to like put some restriction on F1 or like students. Might be there would be some more restrictions or less for on H1B visa or some OPT extensions, something like that. But I don't think anything will affect F1 visa, at least for now. So change in government, I don't think it will matter a lot to F1 students.
hmm,
Might be they change the pool size for H1B or they might change the pool size for F1 visa for new applicants. But I
okay.
don't think that are very like that small decisions that will be taken so easily.
Hmm,
There is some opposition. So if someone says we should increase the pool, there will be people who will be saying decrease, don't increase the pool.
right,
If
right.
international people says do something in our favor, the local people will say don't do that. So
Ah,
though these are not small decisions, so don't think like something will suddenly happen overnight for the students at
hmm,
least.
hmm,
So
hmm.
don't think about that. For students and education, US will never stop like close their doors for education. So I don't think you should worry
Okay.
about the education.
So, the US companies and the US economy really needs international students, right?
Yes, they do need. They are not going to stop taking international students at all.
Right, right. So, guys, we'll be live for the next 5 more minutes. So,
Okay.
post all your questions and doubts in the comments below. Right. So, yeah. So this is yeah. Does location of the university affect the job opportunities? Um, yeah.
Okay, so again, only location won't matter, I would say. So if you go to Silicon Valley somewhere, then you have like tons of jobs every day. But again, you are paying almost 40% of tax there. And when you are in
Hmm.
Texas, you are paying just 28% of tax or 25% of tax. So again, if you have good companies like high living standard place, then you will have to pay a lot of taxes. So even when you are getting income, you are like what remains in your pocket, it's going to be almost same. That's what I'm saying. So basically, you
Right.
get one BHK apartment in Texas for $1,000. The same thing you get
Hmm.
in New York or Los Angeles or California for $2,000. So these are things.
Right.
Even the salary differences are there. So insurance, a lot of things matters. Insurance, petrol prices, your daily expenditure, small things. Everything matters from location to location here. So it's not about how much you earn, it's about how much remains in your pocket. So I think
Hmm.
that would be same to all places. That's why they have designed the salary packages according to the location because they know how
Right.
much people can spend there and how much they can save. So I
Hmm.
don't think, but yes, for the job quantity of job that you will get opportunity to like you will get to face them. So I think that matters from university to university. Like in Dallas
Hmm.
itself, they have a lot of technical companies. For computer science students, it's like
Okay.
heaven. So you have like even if you just take a car and roam here around, you will see 10 to 15 companies just around your neighborhood. So we have a lot of companies. Yes, so location matters a lot, but again, that should not be your prior concern because it's open. US is always open to any place, and I think 50 more than 50%. I not even 50%. I would say more than 75% students do relocation after their masters. So they are
Hmm.
not going to stay in same city as they were studying.
Hmm.
They will go to some other
Hmm.
city and do relocation and do job somewhere else. So
Right.
For internship, it might matter sometimes because a lot of local companies, like small scale companies, prefer local students than like students from outer states. But for
Hmm.
full time, I don't think any company will think like he's not from my state or not from my city. That's why I won't take him. There is no criteria for like location because every
Okay.
company has relocation
Hmm.
like facility.
Okay. Right. Right. Got it. Okay. So the last two questions.
Yes, sure.
Number one, do you think the number of students for the fall 21 intake would increase? Would students increase the seats or the intake?
I think universities will think about increasing the seats because they have really low number of admits. But again,
Hmm.
it's about their capacities because again, if it's on campus, then there will be a lot of restrictions. How many students they can fit into a class, how many sessions they can have. So
Hmm.
that will be really limited. So it's just
Okay.
can't be like just because they have like low number of admits, they will just double up the next year's admits. That won't happen. But yes,
Hmm.
universities will think about to reach to their limits, push their limits to increase the admissions, count of
Hmm.
admissions. But
Hmm.
again, it won't match to the number of students that have deferred to the
Okay.
given. So don't think like
Okay.
that. But again, that won't reduce your application, like getting admission chances. Just keep on applying. That's the thing.
Okay. Right. Right. So yeah, uh, what was your priority while shortlisting colleges? Location based or rating based? Location or ranking?
Okay, ranking. So
I think it
both
is
of them.
quite subjective, as you just said. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's subjective. Basically, it's both things. I said so they
Hmm.
have 45-degree positive temperature to like 40 minus 40-degree Fahrenheit temperature here. So it depends upon your requirements, how much time you are going to spend at that place. If you think you are
Hmm.
comfortable in that environment, then obviously you
Hmm.
will prefer for ranking. So for me,
Okay.
it was both ranking, so balanced. So I think you should keep it balanced. So if you are
Hmm.
getting like really good university, like top 10, top 20 university, and you are not getting good weather, so you can
Hmm.
compromise for 2 years. I can say that. But again,
Right.
if that compromise should worth that thing, because it's
Hmm.
not easy to stay in that time. I have been in minus 10 degree here, so it doesn't snow in here, but again, it goes to minus 5 to minus 6 degree, and
Right.
that's freezing cold. So a lot of people can't cope up with that. A lot of people can't even walk sometime in that
Right.
cold.
Right.
So we have
Right.
almost 3 to 4 layers jackets, and then we go outside. So that's the thing in
Hmm.
Texas. If you go to Chicago or if you go to some a Chicago type place, then it's really difficult there to survive in winter time.
Okay.
So
Right. Right.
not don't keep it as your first preference, first priority, but yes, that should be like one of the points that you think about when you choose this university.
Right. Right. So we have a very, very important question in the comments. Have you found your lost bike in Dallas? I, I don't know.
I don't.
Is this your friend or someone?
I don't exactly remember.
Okay, we'll just skip this. Someone is just fooling around. Okay.
Someone is putting. Yeah, I didn't get my bike. Actually, having bike, I would like just giving a general advice. Don't think about bikes here. I know a lot. I'm a bike lover. I used to have my KTM in India back, but if you come here, then don't think much about bikes. They have only sports bike and high power bikes here. And in that
Okay.
price, you will get good car and you can drive that in any weather. But bike, you
Uh-huh.
cannot ride in winter or somewhere. So don't think about bikes here. Think about car if
Right.
you have like sufficient funds, and then think about car
Hmm.
because it's for commuting. It's really important if you have car. The life is really different. Okay, it's totally different. Like my parents supported me to get a car in my first semester, and that has
Right.
changed a lot of my time. So taking bus from here and going to university used to take 40 minutes for me in total by walking
Okay.
here to
Okay.
university. And now I reach to there
Okay.
5 minutes. So I save a lot of time. So I think having a car is one of the like really important factor here. You can pool it like five people together. If
Hmm.
you're staying together, you
Hmm.
can do that. But I think that will help you
Hmm.
a lot in getting groceries and all. Even you don't
Right.
have any local stores here, you can go and walk there and get some stuff. So even Walmart is 3 miles away from here. So
Okay.
that's
Right. Right. Okay. So yeah, does volunteering work gives an edge in getting admits?
okay. So basically, you mention those things in your SOP. So yes, that strengthen your SOP. So I also had a lot of social work, like volunteering work in my undergraduate and in my middle period. So I don't know how much weightage that put on your application, but yes, it matters. It matters a lot. You should have
Okay.
some
Right.
volunteering
Right.
because it
Right.
shows
Right.
your diversity. Your like interest in diverse things, not only studies. You should have something to show other than studies. So yes, it will help you a lot.
Right. So Ankur, we planned for 40 minutes. It is already 45 minutes, and we have two more questions left. Is
That's
that
fine.
okay?
Is that I'm totally okay. It's
Okay.
Sunday. That's good.
Right. Right. So yeah, any thoughts on UT Austin versus UT Dallas plus Arizona State University?
I think Arizona State's and UT Austin stays on the same place for me.
Hmm.
And I think only if you're thinking about Arizona State, ASU, and UT Austin, then you should just think about the location if like thinking about that. Because both, according to the ranking and everything, though both universities stands on similar places. If
Right.
you're talking about research, then at some place UT Austins have some better edge in computer science. But again,
Hmm.
ASU also has some good research options. So
Hmm.
you like again in research as well in computer science, we have different fields like NLP, computer vision,
Hmm.
algorithm,
Hmm.
geometrical part. So for NLP, I would suggest go for UTD. For machine learning and machine learning, you should go for UT Austin. So think about the specific aspects you are looking into for getting into masters or PhD. Every university has their specific research criteria. Every professor is different. So you can just, if you have sufficient time, then do like minor research on those universities.
Hmm.
Yes, so
Hmm.
but you can prefer if you have UTD and UTA, then you can go for UTA. I would suggest.
Right. Okay. 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 So the last question is, um, what are your living expenses like, and what is the average living expense in Dallas?
Dallas is one of the really good states to live in if you are thinking about expenses. So if you are staying in a shared apartment, you can expect to spend around $500 a month, 500 to
Hmm.
$550 a month. I think 500 are sufficient, including your utilities, your daily food and groceries,
Hmm.
and your
Hmm.
rent and all. 500 to
Hmm.
550 is sufficient. If you are like good lifestyle, then around 600 can be like upper bound.
Okay.
If you are living in personal room in shared
Hmm.
apartment or like a two-bedroom apartment, then your rent would be around 600 to 700, and including your all expenses, it would go around 850 to 900. So I have stayed in both way. So
Right.
basically, it depends upon your requirements. If you like to spend a lot of time in your studies, if you want to like
Hmm.
stay alone, then go for personal room.
Hmm.
So you might think it's costlier than like Indian. Obviously, it's way costlier than
Hmm.
Indian. But if you compare with the USA, then you Texas is really cheap. So you can stay
Right.
like in 300 to 3. Our rent is 325, just 23.25 per month.
Hmm.
So it's really cheap. According like other
That is
like
quite cheap. Yeah.
yeah, it's cheaper than other places. So it's good. So
Yeah.
500 to 550 you can consider if you are living in Texas.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So I guess that is all the questions which we have, and I guess I have taken up all the questions. Yeah. Yes. So yes. So guys, thank you all for joining, and thank you, Anku, for taking time for all of us. And yeah, thanks again. So yeah,
Thank
I
you
just
everyone for yes.
yeah. So yeah, I'll just end the live, and yes,
Yes.
thank you guys again. Thank you. Bye. Good night.